My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Today we offer the Gospel passage from St. Luke. Jesus rejoiced in the Holy Spirit and said, I give you praise, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for although you have hidden these things from the wise and learned, you have revealed them to the childlike. Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows who the Son is except the Father, and who the Father is except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Turning to the disciples in private, he said, Blessed are the eyes that see what you see. For I say to you, many prophets and kings desired to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. Blessed are your eyes, blessed are your ears. Jesus, we don't see you quite the same way that the apostles did 2,000 years ago. We don't hear your sweet voice the way they did. But indeed, Lord, you called them, and you call me, not only to the universal call to holiness, but you call me in a very particular way. It had been some time ago when I realized this particular call. Are you calling me now, tapping me to understand and follow you in a particular way? Will you do so soon? I'm waiting, Lord, anticipating your call. But truly in all of this, you are calling me to fidelity, to deal with you now as I can know. Those apostles dealt with you so sweetly, Lord, and I want to too. I want to find you in other people and love them too. The Prelate of Opus Dei says, the Christian vocation, in all its particular expressions, is God's call to holiness. It is a call from God's love to our love, in a relationship in which God's faithfulness always steps in first. The Lord is faithful. Our faithfulness is only a response to God's faithfulness. God who is faithful to his word, who is faithful to his promise. Faith in God's faithfulness gives strength to our hope, even though our personal weakness sometimes leads us to not be entirely faithful in small things, or perhaps on occasion in great things. But truly, many great things depend on whether I'm faithful to my vocation, to answering it every day, to seeking it if I have not received it that way. Am I straining? Am I looking with my eyes to see? Am I listening with my ears to hear for that blessing of your call, and after the call to fidelity every day? Jesus, am I following your grace to see the great gift I have received, the blessing of seeing and hearing your call, the blessing of a calling, a vocation? Am I seeing it? Jewels, in the ordinary sense of the word, they're always under attack, as it were. Someone wants to get it, to steal it, to get it for themselves. And no less is the jewel of our vocation something to be carefully guarded, held tightly, understood. From so many centuries ago, we can go to the story that Homer relates, the story of Odysseus, also known as Ulysses. He's returning home. After the war, he tried to avoid fighting the Trojan War, but he's sent afterwards on a long journey with many adventures. He wants to get home to his wife and children. Among his many adventures, he comes to one point to hear the advice of the goddess Circe, who warns him about the Sirens, these ones who pretend to be beautiful women with amazing voices, who try to allure sailors who pass their island to come ashore and meet up with them. What those sirens really want to do is to kill them. It tells them from the text of Homer, First you will come to the sirens who will enchant all who come near them. If anyone unwarily draws in too close and hears the singing of the sirens, his wife and children will never welcome him home again, for they sit in a green field and warble him to death with the sweetness of their song. There is a great heap of dead men's bones lying all around, with the flesh still rotting off them. Therefore pass these sirens by, and stop your men's ears with wax, that none of them may hear. But if you like, you can listen yourself, for you may get the men to bind you as you stand upright in a crosspiece halfway up the mast, and they must lash the rope's ends to the mast itself, that you may have the pleasure of listening. If you beg and pray the men to unloose you, they must bind you faster. And this is indeed what Ulysses has his men do. They lash him to the mast, while they fill their ears with wax. And as they go by, the sirens sing out, calling, trying to get the men to come to the sharp, rocked shore, that they may crash there and stay there. Odysseus hears the sirens singing to him. Odysseus, bravest of heroes, draw near to us on our green island. Odysseus, we'll teach you wisdom, we'll give you love, sweeter than honey. The songs we sing soothe away sorrow, and in our arms you will be happy. Odysseus, bravest of heroes, the song we sing will bring you peace. Jesus, you are the Prince of Peace, and you do allow us to have temptations. You do allow us to win the crown of fidelity. I'm not sure that Ulysses should have allowed himself to hear it at all, but he took some precautions. Jesus, I will hear some kinds of siren songs in my life. What might they be? This vocation which you have given me with love, well, I think I signed up for something else. Or another temptation, maybe another time, place, with another person, I would live out a happy vocation, not the one you're calling me to. Or maybe this vocation that you're calling me to now, Lord, is just you preparing me for yet another different vocation. I would leave this call for another one. Perhaps I will come to feel that I could use all of my talents. I could grow in some other vocation, some other place. But Lord, you have told me, blessed are my eyes if I will see what you give me. Blessed are my ears if I listen and follow the call you hold out to me and am faithful. Ulysses was brave in his own way, but Lord, you ask me with the grace you give me to be truly a hero, truly a saint, and I will affect so many lives if I do. By my fidelity, many others can be faithful, many others. And I want to find this joy that you will give me through all the work that love requires in every vocation, and thus calling me to the joy I receive and must receive on this earth if I'm to be on the right path to heaven. For the fidelity here below will lead me to that great closeness in heaven, to all who I have loved rightly on this earth, and to you yourself. Lord, continue to bless me in finding my call if I'm looking for it, in saying yes to my call as you are offering it to me, if now, and to be faithful if you have called me, every day living it out, loving it out. Blessed Alvaro del Portillo, faced with so great a gift, our vocation, there can be no other attitude than to bow our head in adoration and thank God for his immense goodness. I like to follow St. Josemaria in recalling that we have received this gift through the hands of the Most Holy Virgin. In these days of the novena, a great thing to live as we approach the great feast of the Immaculate Conception. Mary, you will intercede for us. You are Virgin most faithful. I want to deal with you particularly in this novena, that I might find the call of your Son as he passes by in the way he passes by to me in my day and age, that I may be faithful, say yes, see and to hear, and be blessed my eyes be blessed, my ears be blessed, and my response be a blessed one. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help for putting them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.